Hello, my friends. Welcome back again. Once more, we're updating these charts. We're seeing what's happening right now on these financial predictions for NVIDIA and the Forex one. We're covering, as always, the NVIDIA one first. So we saw that this week today is, I think, Thursday of November, 21 of November. So we already only have one day left for the week, at least for NVIDIA. We'll cover the next movements for Forex as well, but you guys know, and I've been telling you guys that this week could be the most difficult one, the worst week of the month so far. That's because we began the week basically on Monday with a red circle, meaning corrections, red energies on that day. That's exactly what we saw, the price dump. We already covered this before in previous videos, so if you need that information, just go to the previous videos and check that out. But yeah, anyway, so the price, even though it dumped, it recovered quite nicely, but not enough to actually close at least on the similar level of the last position of the last day, which is Friday 15. So it remained a red day by the book, but the next day, which is the 19th of November, we saw a very powerful impulse, extremely powerful actually. You can see that this is where the price begins and this is where it ends. Extremely powerful impulse, non-stop, all the way up. And that was, of course, to be predicted, guys. I told you that since we have a day in a red circle also shared by another one in a green circle, that every time that happens, it's one of the patterns that it's very key, it's very important to watch out for, because that pattern actually means extreme volatility. Now, sometimes, very few times, it has happened where it doesn't really give us any volatility and instead it just like sleeps in a range. But that's the minority of the cases, the absolute minority. So, of course, we saw a massive potential extreme volatility on that day, like I predicted. And for the 20th of November, this day was the day, I think, when NVIDIA gave the earnings report, something like that. I don't even know, guys. I mean, my predictions are so good, I don't even take other factors into account. That's how good I am. I don't even have to be an expert on finance, for crying out loud. So this is the quality that I bring, without even having to spend years on trading thousands of dollars on trash, absolute garbage courses that are just polluting the internet right now. Don't even have to spend a dime on professional financial education like many people actually have. I mean, this is how accurate I am. I'm way more accurate than all of those people combined. So yeah. Now, the next day, 20th of November, after the earnings report, the price dumped, but it also recovered. So all these recoveries that we see on yesterday and on the 18th of November, even though the days were red, there's no change in that. Even though that was the case, we saw that the price is really, really resilient, really strong. And this is a clear pattern, guys, that is a very bullish month and very bullish times ahead. Of course, after those bullish times, there will be some very hard times, but nature of the market is always cyclical. So we have to be prepared for that and we have to accept that. Anyways, so that's what we got yesterday. Now today, extreme volatility as well. You see that the price begins, I mean, just look at this initial hour. Look at these initial red candles, extremely bad, extremely powerful. But again, just like I told you, the price recovered with very insane strength. This is actually a yellow day, actually. Very similar to a yellow day, very close to a yellow day. The price, where it closes, it's a similar position. It's obviously lower, it's slightly lower, but it's not that low. I mean, just taking into account this massive volatility. Now, tomorrow is going to be Friday, so of course this day is also part of this red circle. Now, this is an alternative day circle. I'm not saying this there will be 2 consecutive red days. We already saw one today, but with very lots of volatility and lots of green energies as well. So tomorrow, depending on the case, could be another correction, and this correction could send us back all the way to 141, but maybe a little bit lower in the worst case scenario, something similar to the 18th of November. But in a positive scenario, which is that the red day doesn't really pan out because it already fulfilled itself, so to say, on this day, then we could see maybe a relaxed day, maybe more like a slightly volatile day, or where the price closes very identical to where it opens, a yellow day by the book. So yeah, that's what we can expect on Friday. But the next week, at least for Monday, it's going to be very, very volatile, very, very volatile, because again, we have the same pattern that we have right here on the 19th, which is a single day shared by two circles of opposite energies. So that's what we can expect for this day on Monday. And on the 26th, depending on what happens on Monday, we could see a correction, followed by possibly another correction by the 27th. So this is the worst case scenario right here, where we could have two potential red days, consecutive corrections for the 26th and 27th. And in the absolute worst scenario, we could see 3 days consecutively. But I don't think that's going to happen. And on the 28th, there's another chance for massive volatility. And finally, the end, at least for the market days, will end on the 29th of November. Now, usually because of that, we could expect this week to be way better than this one. This is actually the worst week for NVIDIA right now, considering all the corrections. Notice that all other weeks were either always going up, always uptrend, or somewhat rangish, like this most of that week, of the last week. So yeah, this final week could be better than this one. It will still have some strong corrections. No, don't get me wrong, but we can have a very good week compared to this one. Anyways, that's all for NVIDIA, and now let's take a look at the Forex prediction. So for the Forex prediction, yeah guys, I told you yesterday and in my previous videos, like I always do, like I have always done, I told you that, for example, I told you that the 19th of November, just like NVIDIA, on the Forex was extremely volatile. Look at this. So this is where the price begins, somewhere around here. Look at this massive volatility. Look at this powerful recovery. Look at this extreme recovery. I mean, green day, but with lots of red energies. Very volatile day. Now, what happens on the 20th of November? I told you this was part of this red circle. So let's see. This is where the day begins, somewhere around here. And it does climb higher, but right when it reaches this point, around 155, the price just collapses and keeps collapsing and collapses even further. So it was a red day, very solid red day, just like I told you guys. I mean, look at this, the insane amounts of money that can be earned with options trading, with futures trading, just normal trading, day trading, scalping, all of the financial instruments that you can think about. Just look at this beauty of my charts. Anyways, that's on the 20th of November. Now for the 21, which is today, we see a day with lots of volatility. It's a red day, considering how the position is clearly lower than the initial one. It's not by much, but it's a red day. It's not as tight in order for me to qualify this as a yellow day. So maybe it was very volatile, just not in the sense that the price is going to end very similar to where it opens. For tomorrow, we could see some volatility, some sluggish days maybe, in the initial hours maybe, but it kind of trends towards the uptrend. So tomorrow will be a green day. It just depends on how volatile or how sluggish, kind of rangish it gets. Now, I don't think we'll see a full range, because this is almost impossible in this Forex chart, this Forex pair. Just as I have been watching it, it's very unlikely to be a range. It's more like a sluggish day maybe. But for the next day, we could see maybe even a consecutive green day on the 23, and even possibly on the 24, which is going to be another extreme volatile day, extreme volatility, just maybe like the 19 extreme, also the same pattern. Look at this, 24 share by opposite circles of a single day. And finally, the last days of the month for Forex, I think, will be very undecided. We will see massive volatility, just going up and down, up and down, up and down. I don't think we'll see a clear trend. We could maybe get one in one of these 2 days, or one of these 3 days, maybe something like that. But yeah, and at least for the initial days of December, we could see green days in the 1st or the 2nd of December. So yeah, guys, this is all I have for you. I've been very busy doing very crazy stuff with my cryptocurrency predictions, even very insane, just extreme risk, extreme high reward. But when you have my ability to be able to predict the future of finances, I mean, it just gets so easier and so much more exciting, guys, because it's like playing always on a massive advantage, even against people who rock them on purpose. So it's pretty insane. But I just want to, as always, invite you all to subscribe, share, and like. But I want you guys to comment on what do you guys think. I mean, just give me like a challenge, guys, in the sense that give me, I mean, like I was saying, I'm kind of new to finance. I don't have years under my belt of absolute experience. I recently just started the channel. It's not even a year of this channel. So I want you guys to be, I mean, basically to tell me, hey guys, do you want do options trading, do options predictions, do Asian options? I mean, I'm also doing binary options, which is unfortunately very it's not let's just say it's not something that's allowed on many Western countries. So yeah, there's that. Anyways, give me your comments, guys, and I'll see you guys next time. Take care.